Morning, everyone. It's Louisa. It's Tuesday after banking. There are WEF annual meetings. They started yesterday, they continue today and into tomorrow. And we have Trump speaking tomorrow at 8:30. So we can expect some volatility into the marketplace depending on which speakers are speaking and what they're speaking about. So just bear that in mind for today. I'll be right back. Good morning, Heidi. How are you today? I am getting myself organized with some coffee. It's freezing here. I live here in Canada and we're having like a really cold spell. So I'm trying to warm up after being out hiking with my dog this morning. So, Forex, we've got finance meetings yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So we can anticipate potentially some volatility coming into the market unexpectedly. So I'm going to be mindful of that. If I take a position today, I'm going to make sure that I'm sized down just in case. And here looking on the hourly, just take a look on the hourly here. So yesterday, Sunday, yesterday, we broke below the daily BISI that we have been respecting pretty much since December 30th. We've been pretty, other than this little anomaly down here, we've been respecting it. But yesterday we broke down through this, which indicates potentially a bearish feel. And we are currently respecting this BISI, and this BISI is from December the 18th, which originates from here. And then below that, we have a BISI from November the 24th. And that also coincides with the sell side of the swing low, this major level here. So these are the levels that if we continue in a bearish manner, these are the levels that I'll be looking at. Also noticing on the hourly here that price came down, broke below the sell side. Again, is respecting this BISI here, but we've got a bearish breaker here as well. So we've got a low, high, lower, low. So here's the breaker here on my chart in case price wants to reprice up into this area and then drop further. So this is also something that I'm watching that I have on my chart. We never did fill this gap, this opening daily gap from January 18th. Hi Heidi, you're in Cape Town? Oh yeah. Oh, how nice. Well, we're going down to minus 28 in the evening, so it's pretty cold here. Like I really do feel it, especially when I've been out hiking in the morning. But anyway, that's Canada. Like we're used to it. So anyway, I decided I needed a hot coffee this morning because I'm still pretty cold. Well, welcome from Cape Town. I haven't been there yet, but it's on my bucket list. So we've got the previous day low we broke below. This morning we broke below. I'm just looking here. We had a low at 2 a.m. this morning, and then at 6 a.m. Price opened up and has been distributing inside this candle. If we go down to the 5 minute, I think here's our SIBI, here's our hourly SIBI. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this bearish breaker on my minute chart just so I can see. So if price were to get up here into a discount area, that would be interesting to me. And then continuing lower. This we've got our 6 a.m. candle that opened here. It moved up and it rebalanced price from the opening candle last night at 1600 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 1800 hours. So you can see the wick here rebalanced this wick. So we've got a balanced price range up here. We did not sweep the 2 a.m. low, so that's of interest to me. Hey Heather, good morning. We've got Heidi with us from Cape Town. So those are the levels that I'm watching. We've got Asia. Asia, Asia basically trended down, and then London just continued the trend down. And then this morning, starting at around 450, which is just before London lunch, price started to move up. And moved above this hourly BISI, but price fell through it. So we've been kind of above it, below it, above it, below it. Um, just a reminder that we've got those financial meetings today, all day yesterday, all day today, and tomorrow, and with Trump speaking. And so we can anticipate volatility in the marketplace. WEF annual meetings attended by central bankers, prime ministers, finance ministers, trade ministers, business leaders from over 90 countries. Comments from central bankers and other influential officials can create significant market volatility. So I'm mindful of that. And the next day that we've got red folder news is Thursday, GDP quarterly, core PCE. And then we've got Friday flash manufacturing. So we'll see. We'll see what the market volatility is today. If we get a lot of wicks, a lot of unexpected wicks or movement, then that just might be a cautionary tale. So we've got London high up here. We've got midnight. Previous day high is up here. We are below the yearly open. So I will be probably waiting for the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle to open. I do like to use that as a confluence. If price is going to move lower today, then we could anticipate a move maybe to take London high or move up into this bearish breaker that we have identified on the hourly. So we have low, high, low. We have this bearish breaker here. Price moved down pretty quickly, and this candle here, this 1, 2, 3, this third black candle down here, uh, we could anticipate price coming into here before dropping lower. That's an area of interest to me. And then we have this important, significant sell side level here, which is the lower wick from January the 2nd. Price came early this morning, 5 a.m., repelled off of it, and then broke down through it at 2 a.m. And then we're kind of hovering around here now. So it'll be interesting to see if price wants to come back into this bearish breaker here and maybe reprice into the SIBI before dropping lower. So anyway, that's the plan. If things go crazy and price decides to move up, we do have this opening gap from January the 18th. It's a large gap Sunday night. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so good question, Heidi. So the time frames that I use, and there's three. So I'll discuss the higher time frames. The higher time frame for me is the monthly, weekly, and daily. And from that higher time frame, I develop a framework for the week and for the day. The hourly is my bellwether. It is the most important time frame. And I only take trades from 1 hour. I mostly only take trades from 1 hour significant levels. And then when price enters or begins to enter a significant hourly level, it could be a level or it could be a fair value gap, then I move down to the 5-minute to the 1-minute to look for my entry model, which is smart money reversal. So those are the time frames that I'm looking at, and yeah, so I have to see institutional order flow on the hourly, and that has to coincide with the higher time frame. So that could be daily or weekly. So ideally, the higher time frame is aligned with my hourly time frame. So if we're bearish on the higher time frame and we're bearish on the hourly, then that is a confluence that I'm looking for. And I drill down between the 1-minute to the 5-minute to find my entry model. And so my entry model is very specific. And I drill down low enough that I can find my inverted fair value gap, breaker block. And so sometimes I find it on the 2-minute, sometimes I find it on the 3-minute, sometimes I find it on the 1-minute. And sometimes it's not so clear on the 1-minute, but I know on the 15-second or 30-second I'd be able to see it. I don't subscribe to those lower time frames, but I probably will later this year. Once I started really focusing on these 3 time frames, made a big difference in my trading. I used to scale between 15, the 30, the hourly, the daily, like I just get sometimes too much information, but those are my 3 significant time frames. So for instance, our candle right now, current price, is just below the consequent encroachment of this hourly. And you can see here my fair value gaps. I put an H for hourly just to confirm so that everybody knows that's the hourly. So you can see that the body of this candle is respecting the consequent encroachment of this hourly candle. That's significant to me because that shows bearishness. Now, if we move above the consequent encroachment, if price moves up, then that signifies that this SIBI may act as support for a price movement higher. What's very interesting to me is this SIBI up here, and I'll tell you why. Let me just bring something up on my screen. This is my entry model here. So this is a smart money reversal. When price drops really quickly from a point of interest, so here's a point of interest on an hourly time frame. When price drops really quickly, the entry model is usually in the second fair value gap or inverted fair value gap. But this candle here, this one, so if we look, if we compare it to this, to what I see here on the charts, this candle here, because price dropped so quickly, the entry model would have been here in this inverted fair value gap. But price will come back and reprice into these higher SIBIs. And the reason that this price hasn't come back is when price moves really, really quickly, it's not going to slow down for buyers or sellers to get into the market, but it will come back and reprice. And so this is one of the, I discussed this, I think it was last week in our Sunday 2 o'clock meeting, but so this is the exact setup, right? So we have a point of interest, price dropped really quickly into a significant area. We've got a breaker block up here with an inverted, sorry, with a SIBI that has not been repriced to yet. So anyway, that's just probably a long answer to a longer than necessary answer, but I just wanted to point that out. So once the market opens, I'll move down to the 1 minute. I also want to see the first presented fair value gap. But now that I have a framework on the higher time frame of what I'm looking for, it makes it a lot easier when I go down to the 1 minute or the 5 minute, because now I know where I am. Right here is the SIBI that I was talking about earlier that price dropped so quickly through, right? So we go back to the hourly right here. See, when we go down to the lower time frames, when you have the higher time frame framework, it makes so much more sense, right? Because if you're just down here on the 5 minute or the 1 minute, you need a compass. The compass is on your higher time frame. So here is the SIBI that I'm watching with interest to see if price will come up to and reprice in here. And here is the breaker. And let me just make that a little clearer. I'll put a border around that that's a little thicker. There. Leave it in black. So now I know where I am on the smaller time frame, but that 1 hour for me, based on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And that's so I don't get lost. Again, I moved down to the 2 minute, but I can clearly see where my breaker is, where this SIBI is that may be repriced to. I got my London low down here, I got London high here, and I've got, where's my Asia? And I've got previous day high up here. Here's my Asia. Asia high. Yeah, that's another good point, Heidi. I pay a lot of attention to midnight. That to me is such an important time. And so, generally speaking, I want to sell above midnight, as high above midnight as possible, and I want to buy below midnight. If price is significantly below midnight, that to me is I don't want to be buying below midnight, because generally speaking, then we are already in a premium to the downside, right? But ultimately, what I'm looking for is um, when price opens this morning, I'm waiting for price between 9:45 and 10:15 to manipulate. That's what I'm looking for. If price manipulates before that time, well, that's important as well. But I'm looking for a manipulation of price by smart money between 9:45 and 10:15. That's my macro. And once I identify the manipulation, then I'm looking for a smart money reversal. And in the description of every video I have, I've broken down what that looks like, what confluences I'm looking for, and it's very detailed. So you can take a look at that if you're interested in finding a model. If I don't find manipulation between 9:45 and 10:15, then I'm going to wait for the next macro, which is 10:45 to 11:15. And usually manipulation is happening in those time frames. And if I don't have manipulation, there's no trade for me today. So we'll just see what happens once the market opens here. So London low down here. Ultimately, if price is going to go lower, I want to see it manipulate up. I want to see it come up here before moving lower. So we can see on the 4-hour candle, price has been up here. It's already rebalanced. So I would anticipate price could move up just enough maybe to manipulate before dropping lower. And guys, I'm an ICT student. I am not a financial advisor. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. I don't give advice. I don't encourage anyone to trade. It's a highly risky business and you will lose money. Therefore, don't copy my trades. It's not a signal service. If you want to become a good trader, you have to develop your own style and strategy, and you will ultimately see different things on the chart than what I see. I also want to get a feel this morning for what these financial meetings, how they might affect the market. This level, this was this wick that I spoke about earlier. Let's just go back and review right here. See this level here? So we have come through it. We've come back up to it. We've gone above it, below it. We're wicking. So this is right here. See how price has been above it, below it, at it, below it, above it, below it. So this tells me that this is a significant. That's 25,265. So this is an interesting level that IPTA seems to be playing around with. Hey Sharka, good morning. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Sharka. How are you? Sharka. Thank you so much. Okay, Bryce, let's see if we move back into this level right here. Hi, good morning, Just USA. 3105. Nice push up. So NQ took London, ES did not. Let's see if we can get up into this SIBI here. Took London, just tapped this SIBI, which is inside the breaker. If you follow ICT, this is a Venom model right here. Two candles, one up, one down. The second candle has to close below the first one, and that would be a clear Venom model. I'm just communicating that. I'm not saying I'm trading that. I'm just communicating that. Nice manipulation, possibly. Good for you, Shaka. I know you're busy mummies. It's hard to find the time to be on the charts and be responsible for kids and all the responsibilities that go with looking after a family, right? So we've got an SMT here. We also have an SMT here. So again, here we are on the hourly. This is the SIBI that I would want to see tapped into. And here's our bearish breaker, low, high, low into here, and then potentially a move lower. See if price can get up into here. So that is right in here. Again, we've got an SMT here because ES has not yet, it may have just touched London high. We have our first presented fair value gap. Could also look at it point of view that manipulation may have been here, but I think it's up here. Anyway, I'm not positive. No one's ever positive, but I kind of like the idea of this breaker. Let's see if the first presented fair value gap holds or not. See if it acts as support. Thank you, Sharka. Yeah, everything is good. Thank you so much. We're having a cold winter, but you're in winter season too, because I know what state you live in. Yeah, so probably rejecting from this first presented fair value gap. So nice that it tapped into this this SIBI up here from this breaker. But let's, if price continues down, we'll have a change in the state of delivery here. But let's see. Let's see where it's going. It's 9:37. The macro starts at 9:45. So if the macro, sorry, if manipulation happens before 9:45, then we can anticipate that inside the macro there'll be a continuation. So I'm kind of curious about this level here, because again, we took London high, we tapped into the SIBI, and then ES barely tapped London, so we have an SMT. On the other side of the coin, this key level here is being respected. Price came above it, moved higher. So let's see if price makes a run for a previous day high. Yeah, it's a bit cold for me too, Sharka. It's like it goes down to minus 26, 27 degrees at night here. It's sweater weather. Sweater weather. So I think this is probably manipulation here. I don't mind I don't mind doing this right now. Let's see, I'm entering a bit early here, but No, that's too bad. Okay, well, I'm out until it's a little more affirmed. I'm not sure. I still think manipulation, there should be manipulation here, but I'm not sure. Price seems to be wanting to go higher. Let's see what happens when the 10 o'clock candle opens. Zorni said good morning. That's YM. Zornitsa. That's my SMT for ES and YM. Hey, good morning, XMT. Mm. See if price wants to take previous day high and maybe take out these highs here. We'll see what the 10 a.m. candle does. There's the 10 o'clock candle now. I think these financial meetings are causing the market to be pretty jumpy, like just the wicks up and down. Um, anyway, the financial meeting started yesterday and finished tomorrow, so we might have a couple of days like this. Strong SMT below, but it's meaningless without a change in the state of delivery. This 4 hour candle is just really ambiguous. It has a wicks to the top and a wicks to the bottom. So this is a sit on the side and do nothing candle right now. Back to this level here, 25,266. Again, rejecting off this level. Overall, super, super choppy. So the first macro is coming to an end. So we'll see what the second macro brings. But this is, oh my God, this is ugly. This is ugly, Bill. So repriced into this SIBI, which is what we were looking at on the hourly. So repriced into this SIBI, dropping. But even just looking at the 4 hour candles, like this 4 hour candle is super ambiguous. I'd like to see the 4 hour candle like have a nice wick and then distribution follow. But you know, either come down and take out the 2 o'clock lows or move up here, take out this gap. But right now price is just, it's just kind of distorted. So I think, yeah, Sarka, there are finance meetings going on for 3 days, and um, that is likely going to be the case for tomorrow as well. So um, I think Thursday is the first day, and Trump speaks tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So WEF annual meetings here. So I think Thursday is going to be like the first day for a decent opportunity with GDP. But we'll see. We'll see if the 1045 macro brings something. But very wiki to both sides, and it could just be, you know, the morning meetings kick off, and there's a lot of ego in the room. So trading is way more fun when there's not this kind of manipulation, like bad manipulation. Back to this level again. My God. I think I need to get some of those, what are those like squeezy toys that are like, they're like little stress balls or something, you know what I mean? Like they're, like you can play with them. For anyone who has small kids, you know what I mean. Like they're kind of like a malleable, rubbery plastic. I feel like I need that. Fidget toys. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I want like some fun ones, like Planet Earth, you know, because I like to think about where I'm going to travel to next. Something that's fun. Nothing that squeaks or my dog would go insane. I'd have to keep them away from my dog too. So I think overall, as I said this morning, this breaker with this Sibi in here that had not been repriced to. So we have repriced to it. This is our bearish breaker here. So low, high, low. It's just unfortunate that like price didn't move the way that I would want it to move, which is, you know, like take this high, SMT, and then continue further. Because I am bearish on the higher time frame. See if we can get below this level, get below this Sibi. But this is, you know, I don't care for this type of price action. Yeah, Sharka, you probably have like your kids probably all have like their favorite cartoon squeezy ones. I don't think it said what time the meetings go to, did it? Like, let's just take a look. The World Economic Forum. It doesn't say what time these meetings finish. Anyway, they continue tomorrow. They continue into tomorrow, day 3, all day, and then with Trump speaking in the morning. So I think the next like decent day to trade is going to be Thursday. Look at this. Oh my God. So it hit this Sibi and rebounding up again. This 4-hour candle is just, it's ugly. I'm curious to see if price will come up and close this gap up here from, was that Sunday night? Yeah. We'd have to get above previous day high. Anyway, I think it's just gonna like literally just vomit around. That's what I feel like. I feel like prices just vomit right now. Dry heaves. It's dry heaving all over my screen. Like, come on, we already swept up here. What's it doing? Yeah, Heidi. The meetings are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's what I mean. I think Thursday is like the next day that we could look towards to trade because this is crap. And yesterday was the U.S. banking holiday, and then tomorrow with Trump speaking at 8:30. I think it's going to be volatile. It's going to be price is just like I say, it's just vomiting all over my screen. So I am going to stream tomorrow, like just for the sake of watching price, but I'm going to hold off until Thursday to look for a trade because I think we can just anticipate this for the next day or so. There's just no point. What's happening the week after? Let's take a look at so Thursday, Friday, we've got some red folder, so that'll create some hopefully normal price action. And then next week, let's just take a look and see what we've got. Uh, so the following Monday, no news Monday. Tuesday, consumer confidence. Okay. Wednesday, federal funds rate. Okay. So the day before federal funds rate will be like pretty much no trade day. So Monday will be a trade day. Tuesday, no. Wednesday, yes. Thursday, unemployment, yes. Friday, core PPI, yes. So we got some days next week. The only day I see here that's potentially a no trade day will be Tuesday, the day before the federal funds rate, because everyone's going to want to see, um, everyone's going to wait to see. It looks like here that it's forecasted to hold the same, not have a funds rate change. So we'll see. But yeah, I think this week Thursday is the next potential trade day. So it's 10:26. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog is snoring like an old man. He was running around like crazy in the snow this morning. Like it's up to his chest, right? So he has to like gallop through it like a reindeer. So it tires him out like crazy. Anyway, he is having the best sleep. See it push up and then a little hesitation here. We'll see at 10:45, with the next macro, we might see push up to previous day high. I'll be curious to see if we take out, if we reprice in the gap here. Let's just, for fun here, let's put in, I can take out I'll just take this out for now. Remember that big gap from Sunday opening, right? This one in here. This is what I'm talking about here. Up here. So that would be interesting to get up there. 557. Right up here. Anyway, we'll see if it fills that gap. Back into this daily busy here. coming into the new week opening gap here from January 4th. SCB supporting price. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow morning if we can anticipate if price will behave the same way as it did this morning, you know, with the financial meetings happening. So 10 minutes before the macro opens. So we might see a push above previous day high, maybe to fill this gap. I'm also interested, curious if Tuesday has made the low of the week. So we took out Mondays. Again, Monday was a banking holiday, so Tuesday came and took out the Monday's low. ES is just at yearly open. Nq's not quite there yet. Price just showing signs of weakness with wicks to the upside. Still inside the breaker. A few more minutes until the second macro, the 10:45 macro opens, so we could see a push through previous day high, maybe to Sunday's opening gap. What's the quote? Patience is a position. So I'm in a position right now. I'm in patience position. This is easy for me to be patient in this because I hate this price action. Let's see if we see a push start in the next couple minutes. There's a price distortion through here. See if we get a push up now that the macro started. Retracement, changing the state of delivery here, but I think it's just a pullback, but I wouldn't short, like I wouldn't short from here myself, but because it's too messy in here. Even on the 1 minute, there's not a inverted fair value gap. There's a small fair value gap here, but it didn't tap into anything. We didn't get to previous day high. Like I would need to see a purge of liquidity on a higher time frame. This to me is like this just continues to be price distortion. So I'm not doing anything with this. One of the key signatures for me to take a trade is I have to see that price has purged a significant level of liquidity with displacement, change in the state of delivery, and an SMT. This is just, price just got weak. If I'm looking at the levels, so AM3, this is a 90-minute time cycle. This took out AM cycle 2, but That's about the only thing that I see right here. But price did not tap into anything super significant, so this is of no interest to me. Could be a deep retracement. It could come back to, this fair value gap here, which is first presented fair value gap. It could come back here, or it could continue lower. Thanks, Sharka. I love the 1 hour. Like, to me, the 1 hour, we can see very clearly what's happening here on the 1 hour. Once you go down into the smaller time frames, you have to keep that higher time frame framework like firmly in your mind to know where you're at. But price is still in this breaker, right? Still in this bearish breaker. Retraced above this SIBI. See, we're still in this bearish breaker. Just tapped into the daily BISI, just tapped it and rejected off there, which is showing it's bearish. I am bearish on the higher time frame. If this is displacement down, then I would want to see price come back up into a SIBI and reject off of here. But again, it's just a day that price action is wickedly wicked. Like, look at the 4 hour candles here. Wicks to the upside and the downside, right? So distribution it's not clear cut in terms of institutional order flow. This is an interesting area. So if price indeed tapped out here, which is, it could, I would have liked to have seen it take previous day high and go for this, purge this liquidity here, but if price comes back up into this SIBI here, that would be a mitigation block, right? So it would look something like this. Into here, and then drop lower. That's what I would want to see. But if we look to the left side of the market maker model, this here, candle 1, 2, and 3, this would be the well, it's the first presented fair value gap, but this would be the inverted fair value gap. And over on this side, see how price is so choppy here? There's, even on the 1 minute, there's no clearly defined inverted fair value gap on this side. So this is why I just don't like any of this. She ugly. She ugly today. And I don't care. Like, you know what? If price goes down, that's fine. But there are better days to trade. There are days where the market is just so clear, it's so easy to see where price wants to go, and it's so easy to get aligned with that. But on days like this, it's just garbage. Crap. Even between this high, 417, and current price, 326. Not bad displacement here, but again, see how we're not seeing any fair value gaps? With really nice displacement, I want to see big candles with big, clearly defined fair value gaps. I want to see that price, IPTA, has a destination in mind, has a level in mind, and it wants to get there quickly because it's in a macro. We're in a macro right now, and it's it's just weak at best. I really do need those little rubbery toys to play with. Into the fair value gap. Let's take a look and see what it does here. See this? This is now an inverted fair value gap with the first presented fair value gap inside it. So let's just take a look and see. Let's see if we get a push up because we're still in the macro. We still have another 15 minutes. Let's see if we get a push up to the previous day high, or if the first presented fair value gap will hold or not. And we can see here on the 4-hour candle, see this is opening price. You see this black line here? This is why having this embedded in your chart, it's so helpful because it shows you the opening price of the 4-hour candle. So price has come back to the opening price of the 10 a.m. candle. So we've come down, we've gone up, and we're back at equilibrium. Not great distribution. This 4-hour candle that opened at 10, so an hour into this candle, it's a doji, right? Like it's a doji is buyers and sellers are just hovering around a price that they can both live with. No one has really taken aggressive control of price. And again, I think as we discussed this morning, I think it has to do with the financial meetings and see if we get a push up to previous day high. See if we can take out this high here, or what the reaction is in this SIBI here. Let's wait and see. And the change in the state of delivery. potentially rejecting off this SIBI. See, we have our breaker, so we have a low, high, low. Using it potentially as support now. Yeah, using it as support and potentially taking over this high and moving for previous day high. So this was just a pullback. Strength in these candles. Price wants to get somewhere. So let's look to see if it takes the previous day high. This might have been like on any other day, this might have been an interesting entry here from the inverted fair value gap, right? Price reprices down here and then shows strength as it rejects away from the inverted or from the first presented fair value gap. So price using this SIBI as support. Notice how deep the retracements are, on a day like this. These deep retracements make trading tough because unless you have like a really big stop loss, the retracements are just deep. So this is a deep pullback and then a move up again and then a deep pullback here. Even when we look at the 4-hour candles, see how many times price has come up, and then when the 10 o'clock candle opened, deep retracement down, then deep retracement into this candle or this wick here. Like everything is just exaggerated, right? That's what makes this difficult. And the range is narrow. Let's just go to that. So I'm going to stay to the end of this macro another 10 minutes and then I'm done for the day. And I am going to stream live tomorrow, but I anticipate the same kind of price action as we had today, just this, price distortion, deep retracements, price really not showing commitment one way or the other. And then I look forward to Thursday, looking for a trade on Thursday. So this is clearly an example of what you don't want to trade. I don't like this is definitely this is not my trading environment. This is pure torture watching this. I'm thinking of like a million other things that I want to be doing. Okay, so it's 11:08, guys. Like the macro is going to be finished in a few minutes, and I'm pretty much done with this comedy fest. So I'm gonna complete the live this morning, and I'll be back tomorrow. Coffee in hand for in anticipation of another morning like this. But it's always nice to just watch price, and I use this as a learning opportunity, and tape reading is always fun. Thank you, Sharka. You have a great day as well, and I gotta find some squeaky toys, some rubber toys for days like this. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me this morning, and I'll be back tomorrow for those that are around. So take care. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.